right, Black and White Network supporters, it is Monday morning, so you know what that is. It is time for our Running Chicago series, talking about the utter and complete mayhem from this last weekend. And I've said this a little bit lately, but this is one of the bloodier videos that we've done in a while. This is one of the more, it seems like, violent ones we've done in a while, because there's a lot of underage collateral damage in this video, and we've got a Democrat that has come out and slammed socialist, progressive, liberal policies. Wait a minute, what? Democrat on Democrat crime, not just in the streets, but behind the scenes? Behind the scenes in actual, like, buildings where people are making decisions that aren't doing a very good job? I'm shocked. I'm floored. But yes, that's what we have. So we're going to cover that too. But as always, we're going to start with the weekend count. That is 39 people shot and 4 dead. 39 people shot and 4 dead. Guys, it's just unbelievable. And we're going to start with this. Let me just turn this on. We're going to start with that young man right there. That young man was shot. He's 7 years old. It's unbelievable. Why are you people electing these people in the office? I said yesterday, your citizens, or the last week, I said, citizens are literally killing citizens, not only in the streets, but in the voting booths. You're walking out and pointing at your family and friends saying, I don't care about you and I don't care about you. Every time you vote for somebody with a D next to their name. 4 people were killed. At least 35 others, including a 7-year-old boy, was wounded in shootings across the city over the weekend, Chicago police said. Sunday afternoon, Aiden Carruthers was playing outside on his scooter. First block of South Whipple Street in East Garfield Park neighborhood when a vehicle pulled up to a group and started shooting. He suffered a minor graze and is in fair condition. I don't care if it was a graze. I mean, why are things so bad that a 7-year-old boy is even being put in the position of running the risk of getting shot? My kid goes outside. We don't worry about him getting shot here. That's not the way it's supposed to be. The shooting also left 1 man dead, 2 other critically injured. His mother, LaParish Jordan, said her son will now face serious trauma. No shit. Quote, I'm sure he's going to have to get some type of therapy or something like that, because I know he's going to be traumatized from the situation because he's seen the people coming towards him. Meanwhile, another boy was shot in the 1100 block of West 13th Street just after 3 p.m. on Sunday. I mean, we're talking mid-afternoon. Guys, there's one at mid-afternoon on Sunday. Here's one at 7:10 a.m. Who the hell is thinking about gunning somebody else down at 7:10 a.m. in the morning? I mean, look, I'll say this. Yeah, you're right. Chicago doesn't discriminate. They'll shoot and kill your ass any day of the week at any time. They don't care. They also don't care if you are under the age of 18. Boy, 16, standing near a sidewalk at 5:50 p.m. We're not talking about people just getting killed at midnight and at 2 o'clock in the morning. Look at this. Shots were fired as a youth football game was happening nearby. A coach said one of the games was in halftime. The children had to take shelter like a tornado was coming. No kids were injured, thank God. The coach said the children were supposed to play 5 games on Saturday. They only made it through 3. Imagine that. We're not calling a game because of the weather. Inclement weather's coming. Severe weather's coming. We're calling games because we might get shot in the face. what is going on? Wow. Jesus. It's absolutely nuts. Ludicrous. So, I mean, and look, 45-year-old, 29-year-old woman, 28-year-old. And a lot of things that you see on this, Area 1 detective are investigating, and there's several of them, others that say something similar. And you see a lot of this right here. No one was in custody. So think about this. Last weekend, 30 people were shot, 3 fatally. So in a matter of 10 days, let's just call it 10 days. It's not even 10 days. It's like 8 days, 7 days. 69 people were shot and 7 are dead. I'm actually speechless. And you guys know I can run my mouth about almost everything. And I'm speechless. 69 shot and 7 dead in like 9 days, 8 days. I mean, where's the National Guard at this point? Oh, nothing to see here. Our policies are working great, according to Brandon Johnson. Please, by all means, let's wave the migrants on in. Let's make sure they're plenty safe. I mean, you taxpayers, F you. Oh, God. So that has led to actual other Democrats making proclamations. And look, blind squirrel finds a nut. Actual proclamations that are accurate about the violence. Look, innocent people are being hunted like prey in Chicago, says Democratic city leader Raymond Lopez. I mean, Democrats are now calling out other Democrats. And look, this is that video that happened last week, and I can't show the video, but that's who's talking. That's the video that went viral. So that's all I'm going to show of that. Okay, I don't want this video to get nailed, because it would get nailed if I played it in full. But it went viral. I'm sure many of you have already seen it. So Raymond Lopez is a Democratic alderman up there, and he came out and he just kept it real. I give him credit for it. I don't know what this guy can do. I think he might have tried to run for mayor after Beetlejuice, but it didn't work. They voted in somebody even more radical. Democratic Chicago alderman Raymond Lopez told America Reports on Tuesday that, quote, things like robbery, burglary, arson, assault, even threatening elected officials like myself do not warrant you being held on bond anymore in the state of Illinois, and criminals are taking note. It's going to get worse, way worse. We talked about this. They have become emboldened, and the deafening cry is not heard by politicians demanding change. They only sit back, as you saw, and try to stick to script, even when the public refuses to participate. This is where it gets interesting from the Democratic perspective. Lopez told Fox News that voters are noticing that when they elect socialists or ultra-progressives, they wind up with a tone-deaf leadership. It's because these leaders like Brandon Johnson and Lori Lightfoot and many of these other socialist Democrats around the country, they're not listening to their citizens. They're listening to the movement that they're supposed to be on their knees bowing to, all right? That progressive, defund the police, BLM, fist in the air, criminals have more rights than victims. That's who they're listening to. If you're a citizen, nah, don't care. Not listening to you. Why do I care? Brandon Johnson's walking around with, I think my video said upwards of 100, or maybe it was over 100 security members. Why does he care? One person shoots at him, 100 people shoot back. Quote, common sense requires us to start standing up and pushing back on criminality in our neighborhoods. to start holding people and parents accountable. I actually like that part because oftentimes these are 12, 13, 14-year-olds who are engaging in this behavior, such as armed carjacking, that is so rampant in the city of Chicago. Okay, so if you got the ability to change your own laws in your state, why don't you present a law that will not only prosecute anybody 12 years old and up as adults, but also prosecute their no good, worthless, I'm not around parents. Let's prosecute them with the same crime that the child is charged of. Now, the one issue that a lot of people wouldn't think about here is it's also very likely their parents are already shot and killed or in prison already themselves. So, I don't know how much that would help. Gotta quit voting Democrat. It's unfortunate what we saw today where the Judiciary Committee came to Chicago that not one single Democrat chose to participate and make their voices heard or to hear those most impacted. The alderman said that while citizens are, quote, voting with their feet, talking about moving out of either Chicago and or Illinois, some do not have the option to move from the crime-filled city. We have nearly 2/3 of our city who cannot do that, who must stay here, and they are victims of the violence that we see so often, particularly in black and brown communities. I've said it before, I'll say it again, where the hell's Black Lives Matter at? Oh, cashing checks, gotcha. Residents bound to the city, quote, have had enough of not being acknowledged. Have they? Have they had enough to quit voting the way they've been voting? Because that's yet to be seen. Brandon Johnson's only been in office for about 160 days. So, I mean, a lot must have changed in the last, let's say, 2 months. They are often talked about for their progressive agenda, for their extreme liberal agenda that says they care, but their policies, particularly when it comes to police reform and criminal justice reform, in my opinion, are very racist because oftentimes the victims of the most heinous crimes by repeat offenders are the same black and brown residents that the white liberals claim to care about but truly don't. Well, and look, he's right about that. But let's not get confused. It's the white progressives, it's the black progressives, and it's progressives of color too that are leading this charge. Oftentimes, yeah, white progressives can be blamed on it, and yes, they've got a big part. White progressives got a bad habit of trying to tell black people how they're supposed to feel, which is racist as hell. I mean, just put them right back on the plantation. Start telling them what to do. There's some cotton. Go pick it. Really? No. These citizens got to get a lot more fed up than they already are. I don't know. I don't think they've got the death penalty in Illinois. If they don't, maybe they should bring it back. I would contend one of the things that these progressive states could do, citizens take back the control by voting in the right people and then presenting policies that are going to send a loud and clear message. Ultra fund your police, and if you have to, take radical steps yourself. Bring back the death penalty. Bring back death by firing squad. Do you know that can still happen in some states that have the death penalty? You can choose firing squad. So every Monday morning, just take everybody out in Chicago that is on, lined up for death penalty. Put them in front of the courthouse, 9 a.m., broadcasted across all the channels there locally, stream it on Twitter, stream it on Rumble. And that way the criminals can see, oh, shit, they're putting people in front of firing squad? Maybe I should work at 7-Eleven and at Walmart instead of hitting the street shooting everybody. I can hold 2 jobs. That doesn't seem so bad anymore. Something's got to radically change, and I understand that kind of thing's not going to happen, but you get my point. You got a 7-year-old wounded because he was trying to be out there and play on his scooter. It's awful. It really is. So 69 shot, seven dead in, let's see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 10 days. 10 days. 10 whole days. That's only 6.9 people shot over the course of. Oh, wait. No, that's not right. Last week's tally was the weekend tally. This is this weekend's tally. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, 69 people shot in 6 days and 7 dead? Are you kidding me? Wow. Wow. Boy, if ever there was a reason to militarize your police force and superfund them, this is it. And vote people out like Brandon Johnson. And never vote anybody like that in again. Yeah. Tell me what you think. Thanks for watching. As always, guys, wow. Never been so happy to live in a place like Texas. Sheriffs. Appreciate them, folks. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.